G'day folks, and welcome to the first episode of the new year in 2025. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going back to building. I do enjoy building things out of timber, or even just in general just making things out of anything. I figured I'd go back and start from how I did with my dice towers. Now, I do have to apologise, I'm in my garage and it is quite windy. That's why I had to come into my garage. So what I'm going to talk about is how I'm gluing felt onto my timbers into the dice trays. So I figured I may as well show you how I do that. Because I've put a few of my new dice trays out there and I got some feedback and I'm doing an adjustment on it, and hopefully this will be okay. I'll show you, this was my old dice tray. This is a prototype, one that I figured I'd keep at home and not the ones I sell. It works for your normal dice, but developers out there with their board games nowadays, they're making the dice bigger, aren't they? So the dice does not work on these. All that does is sits in there. There is going to be some car noises going around. I do apologise for that. I mean, like I said, I am in my garage during the day. So that just sits in there and you can carry that around. You can either have dice tray separate, dice tower separate, and the dice tray somewhere else if you wanted to. So I gave that option that some people don't like to use a dice tower. They can just have a dice tray. So this is the prototype that I sort of sent out. And tried to sort of see if I can bring the cost down. I made it out of 3mm. I'm not too happy with the 3mm, just for the sound quality that comes through. I'm not sure if that's coming through all right. You can hear that tang or whatever it is. I'm sort of not too happy with that. But that's the size of it that I went for. That one doesn't have any felt in it, it's just a raw. It's not even glued, it's just pushed tight in. So there's no glue on that one. So I've gone that size. Went fancy, tried to put the logo on there. Look at me go. So I went that size, and because of that noise, I wasn't too happy. I sort of decided to help somebody, a mate out, their partner. And it's probably a lot of people out there. It could be a lot of people out there. The noise of the dice tends to, I guess, irritate them. A bit like that scratching on the blackboard. So I figured I'd felt inside it, just to ease that noise up. And it actually worked out all right. And it got rid of that tang a little bit, but it's still, I don't know. I'm not doing it now. It's not there. It's all right. But so I figured I'll go thicker again. I'll stick to the 7mm. I might as well look at quality than, quantity, I guess. And so I've gone, this is 3mm, so I'm going to this, it's 7mm that I've gone. I couldn't find any, that's where I went. The other, because it's around the new year, a lot of places are shut till probably next week. And so yeah, so I'm going to the 7mm and I'm going to felt this up. I'm going to add a bit of sponge to it as well. So what I'm doing is before I used to just stick the felt on, sort of straight on, so it's wood and felt. You just sort of get that noise. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to use this spongy material here. I don't know what the official name is of it. It's something that I guess you use in, I don't know if it's crafting or material, but I got it at Spotlight, which is my material joint where I can go to. So I'm going to glue that as well as on that, and hopefully give like a little spongy sort of feel to it. I don't know how, I've never glued the material onto material before. I've only gone straight to timber. So I figured I was going to put it all together and see how it went, and do another video on how I made the dice trays and the dice towers. But I figured, why not? First, it is the 1st of January. let's both go through it together. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then at least you know what not to do, I guess. So I'm going to be doing that. I've got it all set up here. Because it is windy, I'm going to have to shut this roller door down because it's blowing it everywhere. But these are my dice towers in bit form. I've taped them up because what I've done is I've obviously I've stained them so they're not raw, so I'll put a stain on them. I'll try and see if I can put a name and a link down to the stuff that I've used. I'm not that very tech savvy at the moment, but if I can get to it, it'll be down there if I can't. Because I'll use another, a different type of, actually I'll grab it. I've got them here. So I may as well give it a shout out. So I use this. Before I used to be a thing on using, is that coming through? I've used them water base. I've gone to this one. This one's, I think it's an alcohol base. I haven't got my glasses on to read it, but I'm pretty sure it's an alcohol base. And it wipes on really well. I love it. It goes on 30 minutes. You can recoat. Yes, it's a bit of a bummer to clean up, but I use a rag. So I use a rag, and I store it in there. Get a little sealed container. I pour the stain in there, and then I just use a rag, and then I just paint it all over. Just with the rag, wipe it on and leave it off, and then just let it dry. And I leave the rag in there, and that stays with stain on it. I've had that for, oh geez, be about 3 months now, and it hasn't dried up. So it works really well. So I'm not much for a recommendation here, but I recommend that stain. That stain is good, and they have a clear varnish there as well, like a satin varnish, a gloss varnish, and a matte varnish. These are all, I've put a coat of matte varnish on top, just to offer that bit of seal. Even though it's inside, it's going to be, when it's joined in, it's going to be inside, because these are the inside edges. Well, that is there, that's the inside edge. So that's the matte varnish on it. That's without it at the moment. I tape it all up there so I don't varnish my finger joints there, because I'm going to put a bit of glue on there. Even though they lock in, I'm just going to add a bit of glue just to keep it in there. That way I don't have to use clamps. It's a win in my book. Where was I? So yeah, so I've taped that up so the finger joints don't get a varnish on there, because I want the wood glue to be able to give a strong bond into the joints there. And I must admit, that is one glue that is reliable as a wood glue. It's designed for wood, and it friggin' works. It's not like all the other glue that's like a hit and miss when you use it. Is it going to work? Wood glue works. It works. So yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to felt the inside of this one. I'm going to keep the timber in just to see if it helps with the noise as well. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to felt in there and get some of them out there just to help, so that just to stop that noise for some people, so that they can enjoy a timber looking dice tower instead of having to buy some of those material ones where the material tends to get a bit loose and stretchy and floppy and just looks horrible after a while. But you get a timber one, it glues on there, it looks lovely. It doesn't matter how long you've had it there for, it still looks great. And I figured if I can help with the noise level on that, then at least people out there can enjoy using a dice tray or a dice tower without making that noise of timber. So yeah, so that's going to be my dice tower. And my dice trays are down there. Oh. My dice trays are down there as well. They're covered up. But at the moment, what I've got is, I've got set up in a row, is just the ramps there that the dice go down. So I'm going to put this down, I'll move the camera over, and I'm going to spray, and I'm going to show you what I do, the steps on that. And then I'll leave it at that, and then hopefully I can get down the track and do another video of how I designed it and built it. Because what I used is a laser cutter. I used to have to use a scroll saw, and it took forever just doing those little cuts. Now I've got a laser cutter. I did my own programs, did the programs up there because I got a free software. I think it came with it, or I can't remember if I think it did come with it. And it's free, so it's very basic. So I had to manually do everything in there. And learn how to do it. That was a I'm still learning it, but that was a challenge in itself. But yeah, so I got a laser cutter, and hence why I've able to do the burning on it as well, the logo. So I'll stop me yarning, and let's get to it. So before I set up, this is pretty much all my work area that I'm working in. They're all my setups there, the old ones. That's my felt ready to be cut up. Everything's all taped up. That's my glue that I use. This is the type of glue that I use, this Sally's Quick Grip. By all means, use what you can, what you have. Obviously, if you've got your preference there, use that. But that's what I use. I love it. It works well. Got my little box cutter as well that I'm able to break the blades off to keep it sharp. But here's my setup. So I've got them all set up, facing up. I've marked them which side, so I know what side I glued, because what I've done is I've stained both sides, put a varnish on both sides as well, because they're going inside the dice tower. I wanted them to look nice, but I don't need to put a lot of coats of varnish on them, because they're not going to be directly in contact with people's grubby hands and, you know, things like that. It's inside. So that's the setup. So I'm just going to get this camera out of my hands, and I'll get to it. Yeah. That la 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 la. Oh, has that got them all? I might have more. Maybe. Oh, come on. Oh, wow. The dramas of going through to set up for a video, eh? I do apologise if that lighting's bad. I am in my garage and I had to lower the door down, so I'm going to stink myself out. First thing, give it a good shake. Alright, so once you've shaken this up, make sure you know where that spray nozzle is, so you're not going to spray in your face. And we'll start spraying. So I just prime it, make sure the flies are off it. Get away, flies. Double check to make sure they're all the way you want to be, because you don't want to try to get this glue onto the sides that you're not spraying, because you can clean it up, but it is quite a mess to do so. So we'll start spraying.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again.
Try to speed this up for you.
It's kind of funny that
not boring to see it. Give it a shake between. Keep it going.
was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah.
And when you're done, tip it upside just to blow out some of the stuff out of that. Cover it up. Now, I think it's 5 minutes. Where is it? Oh, I can't remember. I think it's 5 minutes. Keep surface apart to dry 5 to 30 minutes before putting them together, I think it is. Oop, I just headbutted that. I'll let you have a read of that somewhere down here. Yeah, so it's about 5 to 30 minutes, I think it is. So I'll leave you to it for 5-30 minutes, and we'll get back to it. So it's been about 5, maybe even 10 minutes. So we're back. Now, you can either get yourself a plastic scraper. I probably wouldn't use a plastic scraper on this one because it might tear that material apart. But it's not too bad on felt. It does fluff it up a bit. But I got a little roller because I don't need to worry about getting into the joins. It's all flat. I can use this to roll on it. This is a roller for your wallpaper. I guess you can find a roller anywhere. But I'm going to use that. So what we're going to do is just flip them on. So just grab them, lop it on, flip it over.
I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours.
So there's that. Now I'll just roll over it, just so it gets a firm grip. Well, not a firm grip, but just so it's pushed down a bit. I'm hoping it doesn't squish the fluffiness of it. We shall see.
Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 is something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 is something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 is something from nothing. Life changes, just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
Alright, so that's that. Now, my next step is I want to put felt down. So what I'm going to do is I want to trim these up. So, I don't know if you can see that. I'll put that here. I'm going to trim this up. I just want to get rid of these edges here. So I can, because I want to wrap the felt around it. And you just got to be careful when you're doing this, because if it's a sharp enough blade, you can cut your wood. Good. Okay, it's just that does not want to cut. Maybe that's too blunt. Let me get rid of that. It might be too blunt. Now let's try it. There we are. Yeah, my blade was just a bit too blunt. There we are. Okay, that's that. All right, so that's that one. Sit that up there because I'm going to spray him again. Oh, get all that shit, that crap off. Excuse my language. I will get all that stuff off. Now I'm applying a bit of pressure to it. If you can hear it, you might be able to hear it cutting into the cardboard as well. I'll have to clean that off the garage floor later. I have to get the broom out there. So there's another one.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I'm there.
Don't worry, I'll be cleaning up my floor. Heavens a bit, I don't want to leave that messy. I'll have my butt kicked if I left that messy. But I always believe a good tradesman should always clean up after themselves. Oh, that's what I mean. I just cut a bit of the timber there. So yeah, just be mindful on it will cut your timber if you're too close. So you can see there, I just hit it. So take your time with it, don't rush.
Never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Okay, so that's the last one. I'll leave that there. I'm not going to bore you me cutting these up. I'll fast forward cutting these up, but I'll give you a rough, all I'm doing is I roughly measure, sort of flip it over, roughly measure where it is, and just cut it into strips. I don't be exact with it because I trim it up later. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, so what I've done is I've flipped the cardboard over, so the sticky side's on the other bottom. So this isn't sticky, so I'm not going to contaminate the good side of the felt that I'm putting on. I've only got 3 sets up here. I've got the 4th one over there because it wouldn't fit on. I'll do that one. That one's an orange. Sort of chosen an orange colour, so I'm going to have a blue, a green, purple, and an orange. So I've cut the felt bits up. They're all sitting here. I've shaken this up. I'm ready to go. What I want to do with these, with this bit here, is I want to spray the top of here, but I'm also wanting to get the sides of there because I'm going to wrap the felt around. I don't want to get here, so I didn't raise it too far off. So I can still get there, but I'm not going to contaminate the good side. I'll start spraying.
It hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
Now I've opened up the roller door, so there's a bit of light there. It's getting really hot here. It's our Australian summer in Wodonga, so Victoria. It gets quite hot. Again, I'll leave that for 5 minutes, and then I'll come back. I'll wash my hands; they're a bit sticky from the overspray, so I'll give myself a tidy up, and that should give it 5 minutes, and then I'll be back to it. Okay, so it's been a little after 5 minutes, might even be about 10. So now we're ready to put these on. So again, same process, flip it over. You want to be, because you want to be a bit more mindful how you put them. You want to get to the edges of them. So you want to make sure you space them so we can cover the edges. So when you cut them out, make sure you cut them out so you have a bit of gap on each side. That's if you want to wrap them. If you don't want to wrap it around the edges, then you're just doing the same as we did the other one, just trimming them up there. But because I'm wrapping them around, I want to fold them round, grab my little wheel, so just rolling it round here, flip it over, roll it here. Now I probably should have done this before I did the bloody sides, to be honest. Did this a bit arse about face, makes it a little bit harder, but it'll still go on. It's nothing like making something a bit harder for myself. Oh, there's that one. Now you can see here I've gone a bit short on one. That is not a drama. Not for myself, because where I'm going to put it, you won't see it. So you're not going to see it.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out,
I'll show you what I do to cut them out, because you can cut them out now while they're a little bit wet, but I'd probably wait, give that 24 hours to dry and then cut it. That way you've got a bit more bond there when you're cutting it off and you're not peeling it back. But on the other hand, if you do cut it now, you do have that bit of leeway. If it does peel off, you can sort of squish it back. But if you're going to cut it, I'll just move this up. You just got to follow the edges. Make sure you got a sharp bit, and be mindful, because you do have a chance of cutting the timber bit here. And this is your good side, so you probably don't want to cut it because it's the side that's going to be showing underneath. Like, it is underneath. You only see like the bottom one, but still. So you cut there, and then I'll cut in the corners here. That comes down, and then I'll cut in here. I'll cut across here. So that bit comes off. So again, I'll cut. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut down here first, down that side, and then I'm going to cut in here, and then I'm going to cut across here, and I'm going to cut across here, and once I've done all that round here, I'll flip it over, and I'll cut across there to where the glue part's going to be. Make sure that's all cleaned up. So I have something like that, because I'm going to put a bit of glue here. I've got to cut them off. So all I'm doing is just cutting across there. I'm not applying a lot of pressure to it because I don't want to cut the actual tag there, the lip. And then I should just be able to peel the tape off if it wants to come off. And that's that. Now, if you look closely, you can see the difference. That's got a varnish on it, that doesn't. You can see the difference on it. That's so I can put a bit of glue in there, stick it in there, and it creates a bond. All I do now is I'll just go around, I'll trim these edges up a bit more. That is it. That is essentially it. So you can see the two different materials there. That'll hold it in because it's glued there. So hopefully that'll. It's not much of a sponginess there, so I don't think I've done much to it. I might have to look into a different material out there that will hold it, or it might even just be. Probably next time what I'll do is I'll glue that on and then lay that on and don't roll it, just flatten it on there, and hopefully the two glues will will bond. So I'll try that on the 4th one. But that is it. I'll do the other one, and we'll get back and I'll show you the end results of all of them. Okay, so glued it on, and I've cut them off, and this is what you're sort of going to end up with. So it's a clean cut. Again, let me make mistakes, not you. So if you are looking at something they're covering, make sure you cut it a little bit wider than the thing that you want to cut, or else you'll end up having a little gap like that. Mistakes do happen. That saying, measure twice, cut once. Originally when I was cutting them up, I wasn't going to do over the edges, but then I decided to do over the edges, so that way there's no chance of the two materials separating apart. They might not have, but I figured if I do it this way, they're not going to separate apart. So the next time I do them, I will be making them a bit wider. The only thing about these ones, so I've got my purple, orange and sort of green. I don't know which one's my favourite, to be honest. I sort of like probably between the orange and the green, I think. I like sort of those colours. The only thing that I might change next time as well, like not only to sort of cut it wider, is I'm going to look for a bit thicker. Let's see if it doesn't seem to want to focus too much. See if it focuses. Get my face out of the way and it might focus maybe. Come on. Oh my God. Doesn't want to focus on that. You can get that stuff. I don't know what it's called. There is a proper name for it. I really don't know what it's called. I just go to the fabric shop and go, I want that. I don't know what it's called. But hopefully I might be able to track a lot of this stuff down and put a little little link there where you can either find it, or I'll just have the name on there so that you can track it down in wherever you are. Because where I get it might not be where you're able to get it, or it might just be something different as well. But the only thing is I'll probably get a thicker one of those for when I do the dice tray. I'm not going to use this stuff. Hang on. So that's the stuff there. So I'm not going to use that. It's probably about 3mm thin. So I'm going to see if I can get thicker. I'm going to find thicker stuff and then use that. And that way I can get a nice sponginess on the dice tray. See how that goes. So I'll do that, and I'll let you know in the comments. I'll put a thing in the comments if it did work better. But you can sort of feel a bit of spongy there at the moment. It's not a great deal, but you can feel it. It is there. It's not as much as what I was hoping for. Sort of looking for a little bit more, but I think that'll do. But I will try the thicker stuff for the dice tray. So that's basically how I put the felt on my dice towels and my dice trays, and pretty much any of the stuff I use that I add felt. I'm going to try a different material. The only reason why I use felt is I've got a ton of it, so I'm using it up. It's one of those things that you sit there and go, oh, I've been using felt on these sort of things, and then you get family members out there and go, I found this on special. You're like, sweet, I was hoping to change, but yeah, I got a lot there to use up. But so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve, and hopefully the new year 2025 brings a lot of fun and exciting things for you. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Happy gaming.